Hello and welcome to Parenting Advice with me. I'm going to be upfront right away and tell everyone right here, right now, I'm very nervous to make this segment of parenting advice. I'm actually very afraid to make this segment of parenting advice because I know how some people can be. Let me be perfectly clear right here, right now, okay? I am not transphobic, homophobic, any of the phobics that you can put out there, okay? I am actually a very big supporter and a very big ally of the LGBTQIA community. And in no way, shape, or form would I ever intentionally do or say anything to cause harm to that beautiful group of people, okay? All my love, much love. But for this segment, and so people can follow the story, yes, I will use a dead name and dead pronouns. Not because that is my particular judgment, but because there's other families that go through children and adults going through the transition that may learn from this advice, that may be able to take this advice and find a level of understanding and love. Okay, so we're going to get into it. Please be kind and please be respectful. Now, we're just going to call you guys John and Jane Doe for now, okay? Now, John and Jane Doe, you guys have had a son for 35 years of your life, okay? For 35 years, you have had a son. And then you have watched your son go through a very profound, very painful struggle. Got very dark a couple of times. In fact, there was several times you almost lost them because of the struggle that they were in. Finally sat down, you had a big family meeting. What would help? What would help our child? What would help you feel better? We'll call him Johnny for just right now. What would help you feel better, Johnny? And it was decided that Johnny would move quite a ways away. We'll just put it that way. Quite a ways away, spread his wings and learn to fly, or find the peace and the understanding, the acceptance that the soul had been yearning for that was not being found in the current place where they were living. Done. All right. They moved their son, got a nice apartment, helped with the job, and even made an emergency spending account just in case, you need that little extra sprinkling of cash. Done. And then mom and dad, you flew back home. Now, it was agreed upon that every night at 8 o'clock, you guys would talk on the phone so that you could do the old check-in, the old, hey, how are yous? And make sure that everything was okay. Brilliant, perfect, great. Love it. But then about 7 months ago, you got a very odd phone call from a friend. And mom, you said it was quite literally just, hey, my name is so-and-so. I really think you need to come out here. Your kid is in a lot of trouble. And that was it. There was no indication of anything, no indication of anything. So mom and dad, you got on a plane, you immediately went out, you got to the apartment, you walked upstairs, you ripped open the door, and you realized Johnny was now Jennifer. And you had no clue. Jennifer had never told you that she had begun her transitioning from male to female, and that she found an extreme wealth of happiness, security, and confidence in it. You said you guys talked for about 30 minutes. The initial shock wore off, and then you and dad took 5 minutes out in the hallway to go, okay. In 5 minutes, mom and dad, you made the decision of screw it. Johnny, Jennifer, male, female, we don't care. You're our baby. We love you. You're coming home with us. We're going to get you back up on your feet. Done. And from day one, okay, now remember, this is about 7 months ago. From day one, all right, mom and dad, you have accepted Jennifer. You have fallen in love with Jennifer. And you have told family, church, and community, this is our daughter, Jennifer. If you have a problem with this, you're done. We do not know you. You are dead to us. You immediately made sure that Jennifer was recovering financially, was recovering medically, and you went the extra mile and you put the family into therapy so that everyone could work through the shock, the surprise, and then move on to acceptance and love and all that. Perfection. However, and this is where it got dicey for all of you. However, about 5 weeks ago, we're just going to say an extreme emergency happened within the house. And it was literally, we need to leave now. Right now. Danger, get out. We need to go. And through all the chaos and the yelling and the screaming and the confusion of grabbing the dogs and, you know, the basic, real important paperwork, birth certificate, stuff like that, Jennifer made the split-second decision that she just had to run upstairs. And Dad, you panicked. You grabbed Jennifer, pulled her off the stairs, pushed her towards the door, begged her to get out. You will replace it. You will fix it. You will do whatever needs done. We need to go. And Jennifer really tried to push back, really fighting that no, she just had to get upstairs. And Dad, you grabbed Jennifer, you pushed her towards the door, and you told her, get out of here, Johnny. And now the entire house is a war zone. There's a lot of fighting. There's a lot of fussing. It's a mess. Jennifer is deeply wounded. She refuses to really speak to you unless it's screaming and yelling. Mom and Dad, you are both fighting. Dad, you're sleeping in the guest room. Mom, you're locking yourself in the bedroom at night. You said you're crying almost every day. Jennifer's crying and all upset. And it's just gotten to be a mess. So let's address some of this right quick and in a hurry. Jennifer, I'm going to talk to you first, honey. Now, I have had coworkers, and I have had friends, and I have had schoolmates, you know, it's across the board, who have transitioned from male to female or female to male, or have even just come out as part of the Rainbow Committee. Their families kick them out. A lot of their families kick them out. They have family members who won't talk to them. They have siblings who will not speak to them. Divided house all the way across, okay? And it has been a living nightmare for them because although they have found freedom in who they are heartbroken because the family is divided and it's a hot mess. Your parents had no clue at all, honey, what you had done, okay? They did not know till they got to your house or your apartment, opened the door and just, okay. 30-minute discussion led to a 5-minute decision of, fuck it, we got a daughter now. We have a baby girl. Let's do this. I don't think you know how blessed you are to have that. That's a very big deal. You really, really don't see that. You really, really, really don't find that. You're very blessed to have had that. And yes, I know what Dad said could be very damaging, could be very hurtful. But speaking from a parent's perspective, okay, when something really intense is going on, and it is a very high stress, very chaotic, we need to go situation, I have called my children by the wrong name. I have called my children by the wrong gender. I have cussed my children raw. Not because I'm angry with them, not because I'm being mean, nasty, or rude to them, but because the situation is so high emotion, so chaotic, and so intense, I just want to get my baby to safety. Your dad just wanted his baby safe. Now, you did admit to me that he has apologized a multitude of times, but you feel you can't forgive him because he betrayed you. No. Daddy did not betray you, okay? He hurt your feelings. That is not a true betrayal, sweetheart, okay? He hurt your feelings. He has apologized, and he has made it up every way that he knows to make it up. At this point, honey, although it's damaging, and it can be a very big setback to be misgendered or have that dead name used, your dad did apologize to you, and he is trying really hard to make it up to you, and you are beating and holding on to a grudge that just doesn't need to be. You are very blessed, my dear, to have parents that were that quick to accept, that quick to love, and who stand so firmly and strongly beside you that they're willing to cut anybody out. Home, church, family, community, doesn't matter. They will cut them out if they disrespect you. You're very blessed, and I think you really need to give your dad a little bit of that grace because they did jump in and accept you right away. They did bring you home and help you recover, not just mentally and emotionally and physically, but they helped you get back up on your feet. They have helped you find a new job. They have helped you get a vehicle. And I know I'm speaking materialistic here, but if they really, really didn't accept you and they really didn't approve of this, they wouldn't have done any of that. And you yourself admitted this is the first time in the 7 months period that you have been home that they've done that. So I really think you need to give Dad a little bit of grace. He genuinely didn't mean to. Speaking again as a parent, I just want my baby safe. And if there's something high tense, high emotion, high stress going on, I don't know what's going to garble gumble out of my mouth. I just want to know that my baby is safe and away from the dangerous situation. That is what your dad was going through. Okay? Now, Dad, let's address you. Number one, as a parent, I see your side of, oh my God, I really didn't mean to. It was a high emotion, highly intense, highly stressful situation. I should have never done that. Pause. You are correct. However, you admitted that for 35 years watching the eternal struggle that your child was going through and damn near losing them 3 times was so profoundly hard on you that for a number of months you would sleep in a chair in your child's room just to make sure. You were so terrified of what your child was going to do, you put a tracker on their phone. You went through hell watching your child struggle. But then all of a sudden, your child came back to you in a new form and is so deliciously happy and so excited to live that you are so happy. And you said you wake up and you can't wait to see your baby skipping down the stairs, singing a song, twirling in her sundress, dancing around in the backyard, running around giggling and laughing with friends. You can't wait to see that. So please understand Jennifer's side of everything, where when you said that dead name, that horrible, horrible, dark, ugly place name, it threw her for a loop. It really, really did. And God knows you didn't mean to, okay? Let's establish right now, you didn't mean to. But it did happen. Give your baby a little bit of grace in understanding how big of a setback that might have been to her. And that her emotional state and the way she's been acting is coming from a place of, I'm hurt and I'm mad. I think maybe a family therapy session is in order, but mostly Dad and Jennifer, you guys need to sit down and you need to talk. I don't mean yelling, screaming, fur flying. I mean it needs to start out with, I'm really, really sorry, and end with a, I love you. Okay? And do your best, Dad. Gentle tones. Do not be offended by anything Jennifer yells at you. When we're really angry, especially as, as human beings can get, we say so many things we really just don't mean because we're pissed off. And it's how the person who has it said to them, it's how they respond. I have been called some very nasty, very dark, ugly names by some people that I love a lot more than I think they realize. And in those moments, I can scream and I can yell and I can point the finger and I can say something really nasty back, but I won't, because I understand emotionally that they're speaking from a place of anger and hurt. They're not meaning what they're saying. And yeah, people say, well, when you're angry and you say something, that's when the truth comes out. Not really. Not all the time. No. Have a little bit of grace, okay? Now, Mom, let's address you because you're kind of caught in the middle of everything. As in a lot of households and a lot of families, moms are the backbone and the glue. Mom, I understand how deeply you want to side with your daughter to make her happy, but how important it is with you dealing with your husband to keep the peace. And if I'm really honest, Mom, I don't know what wise words to give you, because been there, done that. And the only thing that I can advise you is to be Switzerland. Try to be Switzerland. Sometimes relationships between parents and kids cannot be fixed and solved by another parent. And we need to step back. If they want to grow and they want to forgive and they want to heal, that's one thing. If they want to fix their relationship, that's another thing. It's hard as a mom to not jump in and not try to fix it and not be there and not make it right, because we just want peace and quiet in the house. We want the family to love. We want harmony and understanding. That's what we want. Dad probably wants it too. I'm sure Jennifer wants it too. Mom, I think for this one, you need to take a step back and let them figure it out. And you do not have to be on just Jennifer's side. And you do not just have to be on the dad's side. You see points on both sides, and you see the healing and everything that needs to be done on both sides. Mom, my advice to you, Mom, take a step back. Let them work through it. If they honest to God can't work through it, you still don't have to choose between either or. You never do. Mom, go ahead, take a step back. Definitely go to a family therapy session. Really make sure that's set up. But take a step back and understand that for once, this is between your husband and his daughter. You're going to have to let it be between your husband and his daughter. And if there's reconciliation and there's healing and there's love, that's great. If this is a bridge that cannot be mended or is not ready to be mended yet, it is still important to hold your relationship with both your husband and your daughter. Be Switzerland, my dear. Again, this was all done in love. I really hope this helps. You know, when families have this type of dynamic in it, it can be a little dicey. It can be a little hard because what once was is no longer. And there is a period of adjustment needed. There is a period of understanding needed. I would definitely recommend a good therapy session, but at the end of the day, the one thing that I really deeply want the three of you to remember is this. There was acceptance, and there was love, and there still is acceptance, and there still is love. I think everyone needs to slow down, take that deep breath, use a little bit of grace, go to your corners, have a damn good cry, scream, and beat the shit out of a mattress if you have to. But then understand that the error was simply human. The error was simply mistake. And it does not reflect on the love and acceptance that you guys grew with, that you guys accepted, and that you guys achieved. 7 months of peace, harmony, and acceptance cannot and should not be shattered by one moment of chaos and fear. It was an accident. You guys need to learn to heal, rebuild, and breathe. And if you honest to God can't, Jennifer, Dad, do not make your mom and wife choose sides. Cruel and unusual. Understand mistakes, give that little bit of grace, do your best to move on from here, and once again, grow with acceptance, forgiveness, and love. I hope this helps.